Around the holidays each year, I dust off my Wii U while being surprised by how large and clunky Wii U gamepad is. It's really something. And start up a new playthrough of my favorite game of all time, The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. The game is a cozy blanket during what can be a stressful time of the year for many. Ever since the HD remake released, this has been my yearly tradition of playing through the game until I see credits roll. At this point, I've beaten Wind Waker enough times to basically have most of the game memorized. Yet I do see a new wrinkle pretty much every year that I play it. The game isn't perfect, but it perfectly hits a mood that makes me feel like a kid again, playing a Zelda game with a sense of awe and adventure. I find it hard to put into words why I love the game so much, since I recognize it isn't even the best Zelda game, though it is pretty high up there in my opinion. Overall, Wind Waker just connects with me at a level that many games just don't even come close to doing. Perhaps a reason for this is Wind Waker's version of Link, otherwise known as Toon Link. This younger and more cartoon-like take on Link still will remind you of most other versions of the character, as he doesn't have a voice and he sort of is a courageous dork of a person. However, Toon Link does have much more of a personality than most other versions of Link. A large part of this is due to the expressive nature of Toon Link in Wind Waker. Link in Wind Waker may not talk, but he sure does know how to express himself through the various facial expressions and animations that he does within the game. He reacts to a number of different things and moments throughout much of the game's journey. I'm not claiming that the character is a great character because of these expressions. However, when compared to much of the Zelda series, Toon Link stands out because of how expressive he can be. A number of early moments in the game display this expressiveness. The first moment being when Ariel is taken by the giant bird monster, which I don't remember his name at the moment, which leads to Toon Link losing his cool and attempting to run off a cliff in order to get his sister back. In this moment, you can see the anger and desperation of Link wanting to go save his sister. Again, it isn't the Last of Us Part 2 level of character depth, but for a game from the GameCube era, I find it to be pretty impactful. Closely thereafter, players will end up having to confront Link's grandma in a duel to the death. No, not really. In order to get the shield that he needs. This moment is another example of the decent variety of expressions that Toon Link has within the game. The grandmother is heartbroken by Ariel's kidnapping, and Link reacts to this with pain, as he hates to see his family member like this, especially knowing that he is determined to leave her as well in order to save Ariel. Wind Waker's Link being called Toon Link makes a whole lot of sense when you compare the character to that of a cartoon character. Cartoons tend to over-exaggerate facial expressions and emotions in order to better relay a character's feelings or mood, which is pretty much how Toon Link is portrayed as well. Just from the various expressions that Link makes throughout the game, I have a better grasp of this version of Link's personality than pretty much any other version. Like most other Links, he displays a heroic attitude, even though he may not be the strongest or smartest person out there. Toon Link is every bit the dork as the other versions, but I also find him to have an easygoing personality along with a bashful side. He's also a bit of a klutz, which is displayed by a few funny moments throughout the game. It may seem like a few small aspects, but it goes a long way when your character is mute and designed to be somewhat of a blank slate. One of my favorite moments in the game is basically a scene with Link offering 3 different expressions that perfectly depict what he as a character is feeling at that moment. Tetra and her pirate crew stuff Link in a barrel in order to launch him into the heart of a forsaken fortress, which leads to a comedic moment of Link struggling in the barrel and a countdown that basically counts down Link's displeasure with being launched until he unhappily accepts his fate. I just find it to be a fun moment that perfectly encapsulates the expressiveness of Wind Waker Link. Some smaller touches that make Link feel more alive are the way that the character's eyes follow nearby enemies or look at points of interest within a room or area. It's a cool touch that you wouldn't really notice without zooming in on Link. These less noticeable facial animations, along with the various expressions, lead toward Link feeling a little less stoic and a little more comfortable displaying his emotion of the moment. In a series that is known for its mute, blank slate of a character, I still like him. Toon Link shows that the character of Link can be more of a character than he usually is. The expressive design of Link in Wind Waker is a good example of how an expressive character can overcome a lack of dialogue or backstory. I won't declare Toon Link as one of the best characters ever in a game, yet the way he adds just a little more to the classic character of Link goes a long way in helping to set Wind Waker apart from most other Zelda games for me. Alright everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little more specific piece. And with the 35th anniversary of Zelda, except for I guess this year, 2021, you can probably expect maybe a couple more Zelda focused pieces in the future. But make sure to like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and yeah, thanks for watching again.